Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading-solutions.com on a Friday, 9th of February, all-time highs on the S&P. Yep, 5K. Who would have thunk it? But that's what momentum does. Bullish momentum can persist longer than you can stay solvent, as the old saying goes. Yeah, we've been talking about these round numbers and they're kind of self-fulfilling prophecies and whatever. And yeah, is this a bubble? Is this all this? Yeah, that's the thing with all-time highs. You have, there's no idea where things can go. So we will let things play out. There's a lot of froth now. I'm seeing a lot of froth, the stocks like ARM going up 60% in a day. But on the other hand, we also have stocks like Expedia and some stocks are down too. So, and then the mega caps are kind of just floating around. Apple's like nowhere, can't get above 190, and Tesla. So it's a mixed bag under the surface. However, the AI revolution, the same old stocks continue to move higher. So anyways, that's where we end the Friday, above 5K. The media is probably going to be talking about it. Very, again, how high is high? We don't know at this point, S&P futures. Let's go into the charts. Again, give me a thumbs up, put some commentary in there. And let's just review the charts. We're not going to take a long time because there's not a lot to review, really. S&P, again, no, even, as we cross prior highs, there was just nothing on the charts to slow things down. We crossed at 48.25. Here we are, about another 100 and 200 some odd points higher. Once we cross that, it's gone parabolic again. These moves are going to unwind at some point. Clearly the market's not going to keep going to the sky. We are going to see, we had a 100-point quick pullback here late part of January with the Fed. That obviously quickly came back. So, even just back down to 49.65 would be a reasonable level of correction. And but again, at this point, momentum is dominating, so not a lot to talk about. We are at TTS, we did put on a hedge just in case, and we, this is going out a month, and we've got CPI next week and so forth. So, at some point, when the correction starts, obviously nobody knows at this point. NASDAQ, similarly, that's also moving higher, as it broke above the prior highs here. So a lot of breakouts. Algos just cannot get enough of these stocks. Still, Russell, not even close to the prior highs here from January. So it is a very mixed bag. It is again, just dominated by a few stocks. Microsoft making a new high today. As you know, NVIDIA just keeps on rolling past 700, whatever, that type of thing. So, again, when you have this kind of momentum, it's you just have no idea where it's going to stop. But when it does, you're playing musical chairs at some point where you're chasing these stocks. One notable, again, this could, and even the market is ignoring this, at least for now. I think CPI, if that, maybe that's the trigger, who knows? But rates are right up against the highs. They haven't crossed it. So I think that's why the market continues to go higher. Whether a move above 419 on the yield actually causes the market to pull back, we will see probably next week. We'll see if in fact this comes up to resistance and then pulls back. This is the 10-year yield we're looking at. Dollar similarly, dollar's kind of just meandering about the highs. If it, obviously if rates come up, I think the Tuesday CPI number is going to be the next catalyst. In the currency markets, not a lot big swings in the peso. We're still looking at that in terms of opportunities. So it looks like all the rest of the currencies are mirroring the the dollar index. So there's not a lot going on there. And then pretty much, the other thing, the other notable is oil. Oil did jump yesterday, but very similar to, the rate markets and whatever, it's still largely in a range. Still have to break out above 79 in order for this to really get going. So we'll see what happens with that. Didn't quite get down to 70. You can see we had that nice kind of this nice kind of volt up and kind of just meandering here. So all the risk on assets are moving higher. Oil could be another potential headwind if it crosses 80. That's not a problem right now for the market. So we've been through these before. Nat gas also, we've been talking about broke 2, been waiting on that, and now it looks like 150. You look at the long-term chart of nat gas, trying to bounce a little bit here, but really nothing. Looks like 150 possibly, and is it going to go to 0? No. There is going to come a point where the lower prices strip out all of the supply, because remember, lower price is going to take a lot of producers out of business and so forth. So at what level obviously still remains to be seen. 150, maybe even lower. Who knows? Maybe they take it down to historic new lows and so forth with what's going on in the nat gas business. So we'll see what happens there. And then nothing really much else going on. All of the action, again, is in stocks, right? So, just a sampling here. Not all of stocks are going up. You saw Expedia yesterday. That thing is getting slammed, right? That thing is down almost 30. It was down almost 30 some odd points earlier this morning. It's kind of recovered a little bit. Also, focusing on some of these earnings, Take Two down almost 13, 14 points. And yesterday we had RL rocketing. That thing's up. This is a retailer, so under the surface, and then this is just crazy right here. This thing is swinging like 10, 15 points a day, traded as high as, this is ARM. This is that SoftBank. This came out, I think, last fall, whatever. Remember this is a pure AI play. 126 today, traded as low as 102. I mean, this is crazy volatility. But the fact that it's moved up from 76 to 125 in a day, this again speaks to the type of speculative situations going on into the market, which again, kind of starting to remind me a little bit of 2000, going into 99, 2000. We're starting to see a little bit of that, early signs, but this generally does not end well. So that's really where the action is, if you think about it under the surface. Microsoft making new highs, it's just kind of grinding higher. A lot of these stocks, underperforming as well. Tesla just can't even get off the map. I mean, it's come up a little bit. Apple can't get past 190. That's clear resistance there. We were in Apple strangle, and we're gonna take a hit at TTS on this one. We just couldn't get any kind of traction on this thing, and so on and so forth. So Russell and a lot of these other stocks underneath the surface moving around pretty good. Index is just kind of pausing, taking another leg up. So next week, is it going to keep going? If you're going to try to buy this, you could continue to buy it. There's still some momentum, but just be careful. You're gonna play musical chairs, because there will be an air pocket coming in here. From what level, obviously, still determined. And we could just churn here at 5,000 again, and then go sideways for another few, and then that's been the pattern, which could persist. Again, that's been the pattern lately. When the buyers are going to get, we had this kind of action here. We got that big pullback, and every breakout so far has been working. I mean, we're trying to pull back a little bit right now, but going into the end of the day, so it'll be interesting to see. Okay, all right. That's going to do it for me. Have a great weekend, Super Bowl and all that. That's takes our minds off of stuff for a little bit here. That's going to be a fun game, I hope. And we will see you next Tuesday. If you need to contact me, support@transparenttrading.solutions.com. Put some commentary, and we'll talk next week. Okay, take care.